Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Classicalpalooza. It's a 7-member mini orchestra made up of musicians from the Motor City Symphony Orchestra. There's 7 of them. The idea was started by Sherry Martilla. That's the violinist on the left of this picture. She wanted to get a group together to introduce students to the 4 families of musical instruments, and she couldn't use a whole orchestra because that was cost too much money. So she decided to make a group of 7 musicians, and each one of the pieces that they play is only about 3 minutes long, so it's specially designed for students. Each musician, these are all professional musicians, will stand up and introduce their instrument and then play a short, demonstrate it by playing it. The first group that I'll discuss are the strings instruments. That's the violin there and the cello. You'll also be introduced to the percussion. The woman who plays the percussion has lots and lots of instruments she plays and hits. The third family of instruments is the woodwinds. That's the flute player and the oboe player. You'll get a chance to hear them. And finally, the loudest instruments are the brass instruments. And those 2 gentlemen are playing the trumpet and the trombone. That's all the instruments. I'm going to play a short excerpt from a short selection. This is one of my favorites that they played when they visited Susik last time. It's about a minute long. Enjoy. Did you enjoy that music? You'll hear lots more when Classicalpalooza comes to Susik. Now, in this following video, you're going to learn how to make a 4-family musical instrument of your own. Give a listen. Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to show you how to make a 4-family musical instrument that shows all 4 instrument families: strings, percussion, woodwinds, and brass. To start with, you'll have a kit with all of your materials, and you'll bring with you a decorated styrofoam tray. And you're decorating it so that you can tell your instrument from everybody else's. So do some sort of decoration to make it unique so you'll know it's yours. When you get to the instrument making workshop, you'll open up your workshop kit and take out your materials. They include another styrofoam tray, a tube, a wooden stick, a straw, 2 plastic containers, 1 lid, a mouthpiece from a bottle top, and 6 rubber bands. To start with, let's first make the string instrument, okay? To do that, you'll take your decorated styrofoam tray and put the biggest section on the top, okay? And then put this behind it so you've got 2 together. This will make it stronger, sturdier, okay? Now take 3 rubber bands, and wrap them around the top of the tray, okay, like this. They're already making a musical sound. And then 3. Now you can tune these later to make a different sound. Yes, if you make them loose, there's a low sound. And then if you make the rubber band tight, it's a higher sound, okay? You can do that a little bit later, but we're going to do some other things now. So that's your string instrument, okay? Now, let's make the percussion. That's what you hit on something. To do this, you're going to use 3 more rubber bands. You're going to make 1 rubber band and you're going to put it across the bottom of your tray diagonally. Like this, diagonally. Now you're going to do another rubber band and make another diagonal to make an X shape across the bottom of your styrofoam tray. Like this. See? See the X? Now finally you're going to take your last rubber band and put it across the tray horizontally, right across the X. So it kind of looks like this. Do you see? Here's the X, diagonal rubber bands, and then here's the horizontal rubber band across the top. Okay? Now we're going to take the 2, we're going to put a lid on top of one of the plastic cups, just so they make different sounds. So we'll take 1 plastic cup without the lid and put it in the rubber bands like this. Like this. So it's under the top rubber band, it's over the middle rubber band, and it's under the bottom rubber band, like this. That keeps it suspended above the styrofoam tray in the air, so it makes a good sound. Now you'll do the other part the other way. Take the cup with the lid on it and put it under the bottom rubber band, over the middle rubber band, and under the top rubber band, like this. See, they're suspended in the air. That makes it so that they're not touching the styrofoam tray, and they're not touching each other. They're suspended in the air. Under the bottom rubber band, over the middle, and under the bottom rubber band. Okay? That way they're suspended in the air. Now, to make this into a percussion instrument, you need to hit it. So you'll take your wooden stick and that's percussion because you're hitting something with it. That's percussion. So you've got your strings. They vibrate when you pluck them. And then you've got your percussion that makes different sounds when you hit it. Okay? So now we're going to make the woodwind instrument. That's when you take the straw, and you take the point that's been cut, the V-shaped point, not the bottom plain point, but this point that's been cut here. And you take it and you squeeze these ends together tightly. You might even want to put it in your mouth and bite on it to make it flat as you can. That'll make this straw vibrate when you blow on it, and that makes the sound for the just like an oboe. Let's see if it makes a sound. So you put it in your mouth and blow. It's good. Sounds good, doesn't it? Now, if you want to, later you could cut this straw and it'll make a higher sound. Right now it's a long straw, so it's a pretty low sound. Great. So let's put this, let's stick it underneath these rubber bands in the back here, okay? At least under one. So, put it under the back there. There. Now we've attached it to the back of your instrument. So now we have the strings. We've got the percussion. And we have the woodwind, our straw oboe. Okay. Now, finally, we're going to make the brass. For that, you'll need this long tube, okay? And we're going to put it through put the part, this part is with the masking tape on it is going to be the part where you put the mouthpiece. Okay, so let's put this on first. Stick the mouthpiece on. Okay, like this. So this is the mouthpiece. And then we're going to run it in the back. Put it in the back of your instrument, underneath these rubber bands, like this. Like this, okay? Just enough so it sticks out here at the bottom, okay? Like this. And then we're going to take the paper cup and put it in the bottom to make the sound louder. There. And then we stick it underneath here like this. Just underneath there like this. Right? So like this. So this is your brass. Okay. So when you're done, you'll have a complete instrument that represents the 4 musical families. Strings, percussion, woodwinds, and brass. So try to decide which one you like best. Thanks. See you at the workshops.